Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee. Fast 29 bringing you the United States Online Racing League's Track and Turf Truck Series from Nashville Superspeedway. It is the Save Bachelorette Parties 120. Yes, that's what we're doing tonight on the Countdown to Green, presented by Cure SMA. There's a look at Nashville Superspeedway. And there's our version of Nashville Superspeedway. Chris Pickett here with you alongside my boys Dale Barham and Jamie Zalecki here at this mile and a third concrete tri-oval for the final race of round one of the playoffs, getting ready to take 4 drivers out of contention for the championship. 8 will remain after tonight. Let's take a look at those point standings as they sit coming into this race tonight. Shane Terrian with his win punched the ticket last week into the next round. About the top 4 or 5 are in pretty good shape points-wise, but back here where the bubble is, where Steven Merzlak is, that's the cutoff line right there. So Doug Denise, Wong Do, Bronson Stafford, and Darren Ingram. Whoop, hit the wrong button. I was trying to hit the next page, and I decided to just take it away from you. Let's try it again. It's just not going to cooperate tonight already. We're doing it live, guys. There they are. There's 11th and 12th, Bronson Stafford and Darren Ingram. These guys are pretty much in must-wins here, because if you look back here, there's a 21-point gap between Merzlak and Denise. So I wouldn't say Steven is necessarily comfortable with that, because any of those guys down below could win tonight, and that'll throw a monkey wrench into the whole thing. Dale Barham, we'll start with you tonight, bud. We're at Nashville. You're on the bubble. What's your strategy?
I mean, first of all, you got to keep the car clean. Looking right now as they're going through their final sessions of practice, a lot of the other playoff drivers, you know, Shane, up to Matt Murr, they're all already kind of locked in based on practice with their pace where they're at. You got my guys like Matthew Rodriguez, Dylan Poteet, Darren Ingram, and of course Bronson Stafford, who are kind of falling back as far in the field right now after all practice. My job for them is honestly qualify good, keep the car clean. You want to make sure you're up there at least, not in the early stages, because you want to avoid a lot of wrecks, because some guys, even though they're secure to their spot, will try and still fight to maintain up there, but you want to be up front late in the race. You got to conserve your tires, you got to conserve your fuel, you got to make sound decisions so you can be in the right decisions and be in the right spot late in the race to either come up with a top 10 and move up further and out of the bubble.
Jamie, speaking of those pit strategies, tires, gas, that's going to be a premium tonight on this rough concrete mile and a third. What are the drivers saying down in the garage?
For sure, Chris. We have the usual fixed setup, 3 sets of tires, 66% on the fuel limit, and no fast repairs. Been down in the garage area talking to some drivers pre-race. It sounds like we're going to see about a 38 to 40 lap run of fuel. And remember, this race is only, what is it, Chris, 90 laps?
90 laps.
We're only going to see 1 fuel pit stop, but the tire fall off is the hot talk in the garage. We're looking at a 2 to a 1.5 seconds of fall off throughout the run. These drivers are definitely going to want to use all 3 sets of their tires if they can, and I think with this fall off, it might make these trucks drive pretty terrible. We might get some cautions, so these drivers can get all 3 sets of tires on their trucks.
Yeah, I actually took the old Fast 29 truck out there for a spin this afternoon, guys. They actually let me through the gate, which was very nice of the Nashville Superspeedway to let me do that. And right on target with that. I ran I think my fast lap was a 32.3, if I'm remembering off the top of my head. I didn't write it down. That's okay. Nobody really wants to actually know that. But it was a 32.3, or no, it was a 31.3, excuse me, because I was back into the 32.5 to 8 range by the end of the fuel run. So definitely a lot of fall off tonight. And that could make it to where this race is going to be a lot of fun to watch. A lot of comers and goers might see the undercut come into play a little bit, especially those that are in the bubble or below the bubble coming into tonight, trying to sneak that win in, make these guys force their hand.
We might also see the overcut come back into play tonight, like we saw the 38 of Shane Terrian do back at Chicagoland. Stayed out long, got the fresh tires, and just drove by everybody.
Yep. I think he might be the only one that could do that. Well,
Well,
guys.
the cat's out of the bag at this point.
Yeah,
So
let's
some
go
of
ahead.
these other drivers might give it a try.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we saw that last week, so we'll see if anybody was paying attention. Well, speaking of, who's going to get her done, guys? Jamie, go first.
I was bouncing back and forth all through practice session. You know, we saw Tarian up top, we saw Bedemlik up top, we saw Treywick up top, we saw Steven Merzlak in the top 5, Kyle Lovell in the top 5. There are so many good drivers tonight to pick from, but I think I'm going to have to go with that Calios truck, the number 5. Cal, you used to be cool, and some say you still are. Lovell. I think he's going to get it done tonight in that 5 and talk to us in Victory Lane. Dale, who you got?
Me, I'm looking at the 01 of, Matthew Rodriguez. He's got good pace out right now during the last qualifying session. We've seen in the past, he kind of he's good at avoiding trouble. He's one of those guys I spoke about earlier, trying to make sure they stay within, a safe range for the playoffs. He's got a good pace, steady hands. Hopefully he gets the win tonight.
All right, 2 good picks, but I'm going to go with the guy that's on the bubble, guys. He's been solid all season long. He's already out there qualified. He's already parked it, so I can't show you his truck. But I'm going with the 90 of Steven Merzlak tonight. I think he's due.
That's a solid pick, Chris. I think Steven's due, too. He had some pretty good speed in that truck in practice session.
Take a look at the qualifying as they're sitting right now. Bedemlik on the pole at the moment. To watch Krastowski come across. There's Shane Tarian. I don't think he liked that qualifying run. He's going back out there again. Parked it before the line, came back in.
Yeah, it looks like hard times out there for Shane Tarian in qualifying so far, but hopefully you can get her done here.
Hey, look who's in second place though. One of those guys in the bubble, Bronson Stafford.
Yep, Merzlak there on the bubble. Blake Treywick up there in 4th. He's in 2nd in the points coming in. Cam Barnes trying to lock down that 13th place points finish, sitting in 5th. Of course, you can move up to, I got to find out if they reset. You might be able to move up to 5th in the points when everything resets. I don't know if they fall back or if they have that top 12 locked in. We'll have to find that out later. We'll find that out and get back to you. Jamie, there's your homework for next week. You don't have to find that out tonight.
Ah, excellent.
You got enough going on over there. There's a look at
I do. I've got my list of puns ready to go.
Oh. We're trying to keep viewers, Jamie. We're not trying to lose them.
Yeah, but I was born for this.
Oh, you were. You were born for something. I don't know if it was for this. Look at Joey Chapman in the 60.
Ooh, Shane Tarian went outside once again for another quick lap. Pops up 3rd.
There he is.
On the chart right now.
Solid. Out-qualified Merzlak by 4 1,000ths of a second. There's a look at Barney up in the starter stand there. I don't know, guys. I would not want to go up there.
I don't know. I thought about it at one point, but I also am not a big fan of heights.
That's my thing.
Maybe I'm just a misguided ghost.
It don't look safe.
It don't. It never looks safe up there now. I'm good.
They got lights on there right now, so you can just flash the green, the yellow, the red. I don't know. Somebody doesn't have to be there anymore.
Yes, this track does have lights. In case anybody was going to ask Bob.
Ooh.
As they all of a sudden the sun went down quick.
we did a little time warp there.
We did.
Yeah, it's like we've been saying about the wind the last couple of weeks. We just, for the sun this time, we turned it off.
And
sure
that also now throws up the track temp and everything up into the window now, because these guys are probably not going to be racing in the same conditions they practice or qualify in.
There's a look at it.
Yeah, track temp has dropped about 10 degrees from when we initially looked at that, as we see the 26 of Henrietta Bordeaux out here in happy hour.
There's the 7 of... Actually, I don't know who this... Oh, Chad Micas, sorry, I couldn't find him in the lineup. Chad Micas out there, along with Calaval behind Henrietta Bordeaux, coming through the tri-oval.
See, Jamie, you mentioned the car earlier for your pick of the race. I personally want to shout out right now, since we have the time with warm-up, My scheme of the race goes to Cal Lovell and that Cheerios inspired scheme right there.
Is that an actual Kroger logo on that truck, or did he do something else to it?
I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
That's a legit Kroger's logo, by the way, on that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I might have to change my race pick. Cal, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Following Matt Muir there. We're listening into the driver's meeting, and Darren Ingram, the admin, had to read off the name of the race as well, and you could tell he's a fan. Oh, his Cal spin's coming to the pits.
That's okay. It's time to get the test out. It's
He
not
just-
an emergency. He's got an escape route. We're all good.
He just wanted extra TV time.
Spin the car out, you know, see how your limits for it, see how fast you can save it, you know.
Oh, look who showed up late, guys. Alan Elwood, the 9. Maybe we should have changed our picks on that. We'll see if we stick here. There's Garrett Signor in the 50.
Yeah, we might be a little caught in the middle here, but ain't it fun to be out here at Nashville tonight?
It is. It is. Looking forward to it. Glad you guys are here with us on Fast 29. Feel free to join us in the chat. Got about 8 of you watching right now. Just say hi to us. You got any questions, or you want to give us your picks for tonight? If you see any technical difficulties, we're always looking for those. Just feel free to jump into the chat and say hey to us tonight. It's called DeRosa in the 32. There's just something about a Texaco Haviland machine in a race. I don't know what it is, but it just feels right.
Yeah, and we're used to seeing that from Davey Hazard.
Yep.
Yes. 56 of Blake Trawick into the inside wall hard. I don't know if you guys saw him or not. Did you see him?
We saw him wreck into the inside wall there.
No, not him. Not him. There he is.
Ah, I see who you're talking about.
You see who I'm talking about? There he is.
He's going fast in that truck.
16th on the board right now as he spins into the infield. Trey Kinsey behind him. We'll let you guys figure out who that is.
Wow.
I'm just going to be very happy. Got about,
Proof is out there on track.
yeah, got about 40 seconds left in the warm-up here. Ready for some good racing here tonight at Nashville. Cutoff race. A lot of stuff on the line tonight. Not just a win, but for 4 drivers, it's their last opportunity to punch their ticket into the next round of the playoffs, which next week, guys, where are we going for trucks? Were you guys paying attention to the schedule? Jamie was already complaining about it.
I was.
Sure.
Where are we going?
Talladega.
Yeah! Hey, at least it's not a cutoff race.
No.
It might be more fun if it was a cutoff race.
It'd be more fun for us.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Would not be fun for them. All right, everybody finishing up here. We're getting ready to grid up here for this one tonight. The Save Bachelorette Parties 120. Because
Somebody's got to save him.
hey, they need saving. Just like we all do. I don't know why they need saving, but I guess they do. Drivers getting into their cars right now. Once they start gridding up, we'll show you the starting lineup. And you see them popping up on the pit lanes. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup tonight. Presented, as always, by John Peterson, A.J. Muzalecki Company. On the pole, Nicholas Podimlik. Alongside, he needs a win, Bronson Stafford. Row 2, Shane Terry and last week's winner, alongside Stephen Merzlak. On the bubble coming in. In row 3, and the no one out Zach's the Webster 5th place qualifier winner, Huang Do, alongside Blake Treywick. Row 4 is Cam Barnes alongside Noah Joyce. 5th row, Michael Marotta and Chad Mikas. Row 6, Matt Muir and Cole DeRoser. 7th row, Dylan Poteet and Garrett Sidnor. Row 8, Matthew Rodriguez and Cal Laval. Welcome back to the Truck Series, Cal. You are always been cool. Row 9, there he is, Dewey Schramm alongside Robert Pankow. Row 10, Doug Denice and Darren Ingram. Row 11 is DJ Harris and Joey Chapman. And the final row, Henrietta Bordeaux and Zach Krastowski. Nope, sorry, got a couple of qualifiers that came in late. Here's the rest of the field. Nico Garcia, Daytona Cup winner, alongside Alan Elwood. And the final starter is Trey Kinsey.
Looks like Nicholas Bedimlik didn't get to the pit lane in time.
Yes, Nicholas Bedimlik missed the start. So the inside line has moved up. Shane Terrian alongside Bronson Stafford. Little shakeup here on the start. Also, yes, he's racing. Dewey Schramm is in. Here we go. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Nashville.
Alrighty, here we go. Let the flames begin. Already drama that 6-7 got it in early of Bedemlik. Must have been having an ice cream. Missed the start. We're 2 by 2. 1-2.
Maybe just wanted the extra challenge. Starting in the back.
First to last challenge, you know.
It's easy to start from the pole and win. Let's start from the pole, start in the pits, and then win. Let's see what happens. We'll keep an eye on that during the evening. Shane Terrian leads off turn 4. He'll lead the first lap here at Nashville. And during the course of the night, you'll see the bubble on the side updating as we go on the right-hand side of your screen.
See these guys spreading out real quick, real early. Got a couple guys taking an apron line right there to start-finish line. Field getting a bit strung out at the moment.
Right on board with Steve Merzlak, sitting in 4th. Well, that pack back there is jumbled up through the trial.
Kind of interested with that number 9 truck of Alan Edwood does. Came in late, didn't get practice, and missed qualifying, so I'm in the back of the field. But you know, he's one of those guys who, when the going gets tough, can put on a performance. Can't wait to see him and watch him climb up the field this race.
There he is. That's on board with Nicholas Bedimlik right there. I'm sorry, that's Hong Do, excuse me, right there.
I don't think Bedemlik's going to be looking for a miracle tonight. I think, as we talked about the tire fall off, we're going to see some cautions. These trucks are going to get hard to handle here soon, and I think we're going to see some guys struggle, especially on corner exit, may have a couple spins. But and as it stands now, we're still green here in Nashville.
Yeah.
Especially considering they're not going to have the chance to adapt to the changing conditions in the race. Like I said earlier, we went straight from clear, bright skies instantly into a dusk setting for the race. So it's going to take them a while to readjust their eyes visually to dimmer light.
And we haven't confirmed Nicholas Bedimlik is out of the race.
Oh no, that's just misery business right there.
4 laps down, decided to park it. You know, took too long getting his ice cream before they grid it up.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a word from down there. See if we can find out exactly what happened there. Hopefully nothing serious happened. But he did show up on the track after the green started, so it must have just been just a timing thing. Just didn't realize what time we were starting.
For all that work, qualified up front. Didn't get a chance to show what his truck could do.
Everybody pretty much single file back through the top 10, right on board with Merzlak. Guangdong just ahead. And off turn 4, we will go silent for lap 8. Well, guys, I would love to say that I planned switching to Dylan Poteet's onboard camera, but that was our camera director that switched to that automatically. Had no control over that, switching to the NOS truck during lap 8.
Once in a while, Dylan hits it good.
I'm proud of him tonight.
So I'm looking at the live timing right now. I mean, the track, the field has split up into 2 packs. The gap between 13th and 11th place is about a second. And some guys that that shouldn't be in that second pack right now are guys like Darren Ingram on the bubble running 15th, and Doug DeNice as well running 24th.
One thing to note in the point standings on the right-hand side, note 9th place. That's Dallas Frew. He's not here tonight. He falls out of the championship battle, missing tonight.
Well, when it rains, it pours, I guess.
Yeah, it's helpful right now for guys like Doug and Darren right now. Darren right now running 12th in the points. Doug right now in 11th. So that's one contender they don't have to deal with, but they still got to deal with the 61 of Bronson Stafford right now running in second place.
I think the issue for them is those guys back there, they're in must-wins. They've got to get to the front. You probably see a lot of strategy from the 1 and the 40 before this night's over with, and even the 61 too. He's sitting in second, but he's got to win. I'm over Trawick underneath Cam Barnes. Steven Merzlach to the outside. There's his info. Running in 6th. Trying to get that outside line going. When I was running my tests earlier, obviously there was no other trucks on the track. That outside lane, no grip out there whatsoever. Now, with it being cooler now than what I ran it in, I was running those conditions that we saw during practice with the track about 10 degrees hotter than it is right now. That outside groove may come in a little bit better now that the sun's gone down.
Yeah, at this point, it's got to hope that it rubbers in, but it looks like this guy's just sticking to that bottom line the whole way through. Right now, the track is looking a bit like a little choo-choo train right now.
This is about the time you start wondering how the truck's going to be over the long haul. We're 14 laps in. We're already starting to see time starting to fall off a little bit from the leaders. That tire wear is starting to become a factor.
Yeah, and importantly, you don't see the 38 of Sarian driving away from the field. You gotta think he's just keeping his truck in check, running his race, and keeping that 61 of Stafford behind him, at least for right now.
So I know we mentioned pre-race, even though this was back in the NR days of this series, we only have 2 previous race winners at this track currently right now, in Cal Lovell and Cam Barnes. And I know you guys have driven with these guys, in the NR days with this league. How much do you think that experience will help those 2 in this race?
It's hard to tell. I mean, Cam's up there in 4th. I mean, he's always been solid ever since they changed over to iRacing. It's a different animal. I mean, NR versus iRacing, obviously the whole infrastructure is different. The physics of the trucks, the tracks themselves. I think Nashville was an add-on track anyway. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it was a scratch-built track by Papyrus. So it's not probably as transferable as what you'd think, but Cam's been solid, and he's in 4th right now, so, and Cal's back here at 12th, fighting for 12th, so some of it could, but probably not as much as you'd anticipate.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think there's a lot of crossover here between the iRacing and NR. I think maybe at most you'll see, just like you see drivers talk about the sim to real life, they know the braking points, they know where in general to accelerate. I think that's probably about all you're going to get here, given the two sims are so vastly different.
Yeah.
Like Chris said, Nashville and NR is a third-party mod, so you know the track geometry might not quite be exactly what it is in iRacing.
And I was just wondering, like, based on like you said, like knowing your break points, with that muscle memory, that timing, how much that might aid him a bit in this race right now.
It's definitely useful information, but I think just track time here in iRacing is much more valuable than having run Nashville and NR and even been a prior winner in NR.
Very, very, very true, very true. These guys are spaced out a lot. As Shane enters turn 3, like, Henrietta is just exiting turn 2 on the back stretch.
They've made this the conveyor belt pretty early here.
Yeah, we're about halfway into this first fuel run, so that's not entirely surprising. We've seen a little bit of comers and goers. Merzlak's dropped back a few spots. I think Cam Barnes has moved up into the top 4 now. So, this isn't entirely surprising. It's going to be interesting to see if we have any more significant comers and goers here in about 10 to 15 laps right before we go to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much, based on this fuel less, the times and spread of these guys, how many guys are strategizing on trying to conserve their tires a little bit. How many of them are, conserving fuel,
Well, we just saw there Bronson Stafford take the lead away from Shane Terrian. I don't know if Shane made a mistake and got too high in turn 3 and 4, or if he decided he wanted to let him on by, maybe pushing his equipment a little too hard.
We had this just a moment ago. We were taking a listen back here.
Sorry, Noah, that last time. I didn't know we were 3 wide until, like, right when we made contact.
There's a little bumping between Dylan Poteet and Noah Joyce battling back there. But let's take a look and see if we can find Stafford is now the leader. And let's see how he did it. Well, we're going to look at him. But here's going into turn 3. Let's see, Jamie, if a mistake was made or he just decided to dive bomb it in there. He makes the move. Shane's too early to race like that, or not race like that, but battle for it that hard. He's already got the win in the bag, so let's not fight for it too hard right now.
You got a lot of laps coming up, so take the L. Let this other guy get past me. Especially considering Shane is also locked in still in the playoffs. Everybody wants to win, but
look what it did to the bubble, guys.
Yep.
With Stafford up there, that jumps him to 2nd behind Terrian, and that brings Steven Merzlak back to the bubble and Wong Do back out.
The 95, 40, and 1 trucks, they are stuck in purgatory still, trying to make moves.
Well, 95's not even here.
Yeah.
He's in extreme purgatory. So we're about 10 to 12 laps approximately away from when we expect to see the first round of green flag pit stops. Jamie, you hear anything so far from anybody about how their trucks are handling? Been able to hear anything from anybody yet?
We haven't heard anything from these crew chiefs yet. They're keeping all their cards close to their chest at the moment, but I have heard from the 6-7 of Nicholas Bedemlik internet outage. ended his night from the pole.
Oh, that is the worst. That is the worst. Oh, goodness. I hate to hear that. Well, sorry, Nicholas. Hopefully, maybe you'll be able to watch with us now. I know you'd rather be in it, but that's a shame. Quick word from Joey Chapman in the 60.
Sorry for the scare there. My sim froze for about 3 or 4 seconds.
So speaking of more technical issues for another driver out here, it sounds like.
I see something really interesting in the top 10 right now. 8 of the top 10 are all playoff drivers. We have the 77 of Barnes in 4th and the 7 of Mikas in 8th.
Yep.
And that's it.
That's it. And all of them are in top 10 outside of Darren, Garrett, and Doug. You know.
It's kind of surprised to see Doug DeNice that far back. He is back in 21st right now. There's a look at him. He is, I don't know if he's just biding his time back here or what. Let's take a look at his, he's on pace with the leader. He's just about 10th off, but he's just struggling for track position right now, it looks like.
Another surprising one is the 50 of Garrett Sidnor all the way back 17th. We usually see him run towards the front and set the top 10.
Let's look on board with Sidnor.
Sit there in the 17th.
They're bunching up right here. Sidnor way up high there. You saw coming through the trial bowl. I don't know if he's got an issue back there or he's falling back.
That group from 17th to 22nd, all over each other.
And Sidnor, you can see on the screen, he's already lost 3 positions in the points. He's down to 6th. The bubble is 8th. He really can't afford to lose too many more spots here.
So, Chris, I know you mentioned, you know, taking the old girl out on the track for someone. So what was that experience like as, you know, as the run went that way, you know?
Well, for those of you that have watched my point of view broadcasts, I am notorious for overcooking the right front, and I did. And that's why we saw a right front that went to 32% by the end of the pit cycle. As pit stops have begun here at Nashville, saw Merzlak duck in, Chapman is in, Krastowski's in, Henrietta Bordeaux.
Heading early to try to get that undercut. We expected these drivers to come in about 9 to 10 laps from now.
7 cars in the pit right now.
But I like this strategy. You're breaking this race up into the 3 separate and equal stints. Pit at lap 30, pit at lap 60, checkered flag flies at or around lap 90. That's a good way to break it up, as long as you can drag more of the field onto pit road with you.
No choice in that lap?
What happened to the number 9 truck at Alan Edward? Because right now he's a lap down, and I don't think he pit as well.
Let's see if we can hear. We had some radio traffic from him. Let's see if we can hear from him.
Oh no, he probably no. He did kick off. He was the first one down pit lane. Yeah,
he was. Yes, he snuck that in on us. He pitted on lap 29. Thank you. Thank you for the plug.
That was an early pit stop.
That was. Like I said, I went 41 laps in my test, but again, I wasn't racing anybody, so it's obviously different when you're out there with traffic. So take my words with a grain of salt, like pretty much everybody does anyway. On board with Cal Loveall. Looking ahead at Dylan Poteet. Chad Mikas in the 7 just in front of them. This is Poteet.
But based on his averages, these leaders should be pitting in the next 5 laps or so.
Yeah, these guys should be pitting pretty much any time now in the next 5 to 6 laps. That'll be definitely the very end of this window.
Like we have the 2 separate strategies here formulating right now. We've got everybody that pitted early and appears to make this a 2-stop race, and then everybody that's still out and seems to be running their tanks dry they could potentially do this on one stop. I mean, if we did a caution out later, you're absolutely coming in and getting tires. But if it goes green throughout, as Stafford goes in, new leader Shane Terrian, if this race goes green all the way to the end, this one-stop strategy could work out pretty nicely.
And there falls into the
I don't know
pit lane as well.
I don't know if they can go on one stop, Jamie. I think they've still got to have one more because you can only go 40 or so laps. You're pitting on 36. That still puts you to lap 76. It's still a two-stop, but it's a longer two-stop strategy, if that makes sense, where you're going longer between them.
Yeah, you're doing the overcut that we saw Shane Terrian do as the 31 of Poteet comes into the pits as well.
Terrian in front of him as well.
And Blake Charwick as well.
There's Terrian in.
Dewey Schramm too.
No, Dewey Schramm 3.
Yes. Well played. There he is.
But we were talking about pit strategy, but I'm surprised of guys like, Darren Ingram and Steven Merzlik, who guys are on the bubble right now, deciding to pit so early, instead of letting the tank run dry just a little bit so they could, probably have a chance at an extra pit stop with a caution like you mentioned.
It is so hard to bank on a caution because, we went caution free last week, so these guys have definitely been minding their P's and Q's the last week or so.
Yeah, here tonight, for a pessimist, I'm pretty optimistic. We've gone 38 laps of green. This could potentially go green the whole way. I do like both strategies that are playing out as the 7 of Micus comes into the pits. This two-stop overcut strategy, we've seen it work before, but we've also seen the undercut strategy work several times, so it's hard to see. This is going to be an interesting race to the end.
Big jam up right here as guys that have pitted, guys that haven't pitted, they're all bunching up right here, all trying to get around DJ Harris in the 91. He has not pitted yet. I like how you're an optimistic pessimist. That's good stuff.
Oh, we have contact.
That's Trey Kinsey into the door of Doug DeNice there as you were on board.
He's a glass half drunk kind of guy.
Oh, I could get behind that.
Don't we know it? We almost had our first caution in 2 races right there.
They certainly tried.
Boy, that 51, he is pushing like a dump truck through 1 and 2.
Yep. But this pit cycle has really, messed up. Well, not messed up, but shaking up the standings right now, because 8th all the way through 16th are dominated by playoff racers.
Oh, Trey sideways. He hangs on to it as the rest of the leaders are in now. Barnes, Rodriguez, Lovall, DJ Harris, they all came in on that lap.
Garrett Sindor now race leader right now as everybody pits.
Doug DeNice in as well. Panko, they all pitted that lap.
Yeah, Sindor here seems to be the only exception, running his tank absolutely dry. A lot of pressure on these drivers.
Marotta loose, right next to Dylan Poteet. They are trying to get us our first caution in 2 races, but still haven't done it yet.
Got a new race leader coming up though once Garrett pits and Wong Do right now running in 2nd place, 14 seconds back.
Radio traffic from the 62 of Michael Marotta.
Sorry, I'll send you some new pants in the mail.
I was about to say the same for myself.
Well, when something's that's close, I guess that's what you get. You get new pants sent to you in the mail.
What a nice guy.
Need more guys like him. Sending people pants when they poop themselves.
Especially when it's your fault.
Where was he when I was like 3 years old, 5 years old, pooping myself in public, huh?
Garrett Sindor coming through 3 and 4. yeah, I don't know if we want to. That's why I kind of changed the subject. Garrett Sindor coming in this time. Oh, he's gonna miss the pit lane.
A little hot.
Wow, he made it in.
New race leader. Long go now. Got behind him. Got Bronson Stafford and Shane Terrian.
There is Huang. Bronson Stafford just behind. And Huang has pitted, so this completes the cycle. So Huang Do, great pit job coming in, great out lap. Cycles up to the lead in front of Bronson Stafford. So that's also going to shake up the points here.
Guess what? This pit cycle has helped Darren Ingram a lot, up 12 spots.
He still needs a win.
Has not budged.
Yeah.
Has not budged.
But look at this. Now Huang Do, with him leading, that pushes him to the front. But these two guys up front, Huang Do and Bronson Stafford. Stafford looks low. They're catching Sidnor, who just came out of the pits. That's a battle to get in the championship run.
Yeah, and the 61 of Stafford pitted 5 laps of Huang Do. He's certainly got the tire advantage here and will probably drive by him fairly easily if he can clear that 50 of Sidnor.
Great strategy by the 06 to get out front, but I think as you said, Jamie, that tire advantage is going to swing to the 61. Bronson Stafford, your leader. Huang Do sits second now. Shane Terrian, Blake Trawick, Alan Elgin, your top 5.
Yeah, once he gets by Garrett Sindor, I think he's going to use all that fresh rubber he's got and try and put a little bit of a gap between him and Huang Do.
I think now might be a time to just past halfway to channel our inner Scott Pruitts and say hi to my family at home. Tonight, Scott Pruitt, shout out of the race. You heard it in the puns all night for the, one person out there that caught them. We're saying hi to the homegrown Nashville artist, Paramore. They're from right here in Nashville. We gotta say hi. Paramore is my favorite. So here we are. My shout out, my rules.
Wow.
This one
Never saw that one coming.
Yeah, I did it clear coming.
No.
I told you you wouldn't see it. You just gotta look out for the rose-colored boys.
Jamie, you wondered why we started to send you into the garage to talk to people. There's
I
your
didn't
answer.
wonder.
There's your answer.
I don't think anybody wondered.
Well done. Well, I think, folks, you've heard enough from us for just a little bit. What do you say we over-rev it for a little bit here? .52 laps complete here at Nashville. Bronson Stafford, who needs a win, is your leader right now by half a second over Shane Terrian. Blake Trawick, Huang Do, Matt Muir, your top 5. Looking at Cam Barnes coming by Darren Ingram, yep. And you see that long strategy by Garrett Sidnor did not really work out for him. He's in 24th, a lap down. In touch with the leaders, though, in the lucky dog position, but still not exactly where I think he thought he would end up after that pit cycle. Was really hoping for a yellow.
The top 5 right now is dominated by playoff drivers currently.
Guys, I just spoke briefly with the 90 of Steven Merzlak. He confirmed what we were seeing, splitting the race into thirds, pitting on or around lap 30, lap 60, then the checkered flag comes out on or around lap 90. He's not so sure that this strategy is going to work out against those guys that ran the full 40 laps in their tank, but he also had a little bit of trouble in the pit lane. He slid through his box. It's apparently slipped down in there in the pits, so hopefully Steven can get a better second stop, and cycle his way back up through the field. He's still on the bubble. He's still got some time to get up there.
Currently sitting at 15th place right now.
Yeah, this green flag run is definitely shaking things up quite a bit here. Except at the very front, you still got Bronson Stafford and Shane Terrian out front.
Yeah, losing that lead, yeah, Longdale had a little bit earlier, you know, it really affected him because right now he's sitting in 9th on the bubble, just below Steven Merzlak.
He's doing what he has to do to try and get into that championship spot, and hey, why not? First run of the night, although this is a pretty short race, you know, try and see what you can do with it. It got him out front for a minute. Unfortunately, it's got a little bit of a tire disadvantage at the moment, but file that away and just see where you end up. Maybe you'll catch a caution and it puts you on equal footing with everybody. Look at Cam Barnes.
Bronson Stafford pit on lap 35. Shane and Blake both pit on lap 36.
Here's a look at that information there. Freshest tires out there is the 77. And you can see he's moving forward, getting by Nico Garcia.
7th place spot.
And the 01 of Matthew Rodriguez on that same strategy.
Well, here in about a lap or two, the 90 truck is going to have the freshest tires on the track, so we expect to see him come to the pits.
Looking at Matthew Rodriguez sitting at 9th. You need to tighten your belts up there, kid. Get a little loose. Underneath Nico Garcia, who's slipping back a couple spots here.
Yeah, 2 drivers there that we didn't talk about after that first pit cycle. The 9 of Alan Edwood up 20 positions to 6th place, and the 8 of Nico Garcia up 16 spots to 9th. The pit cycle really seemed to work out for those two.
And yeah, those are teammates as well.
Yeah, Alan missed practice, missed qualifying. You mentioned that earlier. Started from the back of the field, you know, was meandering about between 19th and 25th a bit that first run, and that, you know, that stop for fuel when he did helped him out, but he only pit on his run was only 29 laps, so I don't know how helpful that will be for him in the long run.
You see Henrietta Bordeaux was the first one to pit on the last cycle. She's in now, so this is the start of the second cycle. You notice 30 laps to go. That's when everybody that was on that 2-stop strategy of making it 3 even splits, here we are. Joyce in, Murata in, Steven Merzlak, as you mentioned, Jamie, he's in as well.
Yeah, this will help Garrett Sidnor a lot, who pit on lap 43 and went a lap down due to that strategy. So hopefully, as these guys cycle through, he can stay out a bit and avoid that situation again.
And remember, we had some dicey situations with everybody coming into the pits in that first cycle. You know, somebody puts a wheel wrong and spins out, runs over somebody coming in. We saw that the IndyCar race for real between Scott Dixon and Alexander Rossi. Anything can happen at this little place, and it could throw a wrench into the whole thing.
Garrett came in hot his first lap, you know, saved it with Trey.
Yep. See Alan Elwood shoving Matthew Rodriguez down the backstretch. Back to the leaders.
for this Toyota, Ram, Chevy. Top 4. Well, top 5, actually.
First Ford is Cal Lovell in 10th.
But that gap between 3rd and 4th is almost 4 laps. Matt Miller right there in that 4th spot in that 72 Ram.
Chad Mikas drops out of the top 10 for his final pit stop. Cam Barnes works his way around the lap car of Garrett Sidnor. Leaders just lapped around Zach Krastowski. He ducks off the pit lane this time by. None of the leaders have. Again, they're on this longer strategy of staying out.
Oh, Terrian got a little too high there through 1 and 2. I think he might be under threat here from Treywick for
Treywick
second
underneath.
place.
Yes. Oh, nope, he stayed in line.
He stayed in line with him.
He was on the bottom off of 2. We saw it. Looks like a long pit stop for Calder Roser. He just now left the pit lane.
Yeah, maybe the team didn't have the ice cream ready, and he said, "I'm not leaving without it."
That's kind of what it looks like there, doesn't it? It's now Blake Treywick makes the move for second. Darren Ingram in. DJ Harris. Dewey Schramm. Sounds like might have been a late call there between Dewey Schramm pitting and Steven Merzlak behind him. Here's listen.
Hitting here. Should have announced that like 10 seconds in advance, my man.
Oh, they're getting racy up here. Look at this. Krastowski on fresh tires coming around the outside.
Yeah, it looks like the handling has gone away a little bit on that 38 truck as well. He's falling back.
Yep.
And they've been out there quite a while. Trey Kinsey in. We heard on the radio Cal Lovell coming in this time by. Dylan Poteet in.
Garrett Sidnor still the first car a lap down, hoping for some kind of incident to get him back in that lead lap.
Well, he just about had it there entering turn 3. Cam Barnes was very tight on the quarter panel of Matt Muir entering the corner, trying to get that side draft. Didn't work out. Matt Muir held onto the spot.
We have been very close to having our first yellow in the truck series in 2 races several times tonight.
This is the first time the commentator jinx is not going to effect.
Oh, way to go, Dale. Now
There it is. And yeah.
Seen Terrian get back by Treywick for a second. That's interesting.
Looking over at Zach Krastowski on the bottom there. Waiting for these guys to make their last pit stops. Nico Garcia getting ready to come in. So is Alan Elwood. The Elwood teammates coming in.
Yeah, and at 21 to go, the bubble drivers are certainly starting to run out of time. We've got to make something happen here.
Once these leaders pit, Wong Do will be our leader once again.
And on where they all come out here, yes. We'll see how that all works out. This pit stop is going to be key to a couple of guys. Bronson Stafford and Huang Do. And the leaders are in. Matt Muir's in.
Top 3. I'll dive in. Top 4.
There's the leaders on pit road, and they're coming in a bunch. Look at that. Stafford, Terrian, Blake Treywick. Can somebody turn the lights on the pit lane, please? That'd be helpful. Thank you. There we go. We can see him now. Treywick in. There's Stafford. Oh, it's Terrian overshot his pit.
Bad pit. It's going to cost him a couple seconds right there.
Treywick coming off. Treywick's going to beat him off the pit lane. Look at this. Was that a 2-tire stop for the 56?
It almost had to be with the gap
Matt
he's
Muir.
pulling off pit lane
Yes.
exit.
Stafford out. Terrian out. Leader is Cam Barnes. There he is. Matthew Rodriguez sitting in second. Doug DeNice in third. Blake Trawick certainly had to have taken 2 tires. He is actually just ahead of the leader Barnes. There he goes, just up at the bottom of the screen. That's Trawick right there. So not only did he pit late and take 2 tires, that put him out ahead of the leader. He didn't even get lapped. The rest of the guys he was racing with did get lapped. And they are separated as well, because remember, Terrian overshot the pit. So there's 2 trucks between Stafford and Terrian now as well for this battle for the win. Rodriguez in. Barnes going to stay out 1 more lap.
Yeah, Joyce and Redwood, those 2 trucks between them.
As we said, this
unlaps itself.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's going to hand the lead over to Blake Trawick after this is over, with Huang Do potentially in the driver's seat here if he can catch Trawick on those 2 tires.
3 seconds back.
Barnes stays out 1 more time. You see Stafford back here.
I wonder if we get our chase down, close the gap to see the difference between Doe and Trawick. Trawick pitted about 5 laps later, but we think he only took 2 tires.
Oh, this is up to the leader. Let's go to
could
ahead. There we go.
out.
There it is. He's actually losing time right now to Blake Trawick, which is surprising. But there is, you said, there's a 9-lap difference between these 2. But the 2 to 4 tires, you'd think that would be more of a difference. But look at this. He's losing a half a second a lap. Could this have been the strategy of strategies? Trawick taking 2 tires in the last pit stop to swipe a win potentially here in Nashville.
Look, pitting that late, your goal is to get out as fast as you can before your competitors can. So brilliant strategy taking 2 tires in the last stop.
There is Trawick. Barnes still has not pitted. There he is, and he is in a hornet's nest.
Ooh. All these cars on fresher trucks on fresher tires.
I mean, Barnes has got nothing to lose. I mean, he's not in this championship fight. He's trying to do like we did at Darlington and steal one here. But I don't know how much further that 77 can go here.
I mean, the gap between it.
I mean, he's probably still has about 3 or 4 more laps in him.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna have to pit here at about 10 to go, but I like this strategy for the 77. If you get lucky and catch a caution, you can potentially trap a lot of the field a lap down.
And we were right. Trawick with 2 tires.
Second place.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, 25 seconds?
There's some radio traffic from these 2 as Elwood and Terrian side by side. And here it is.
No.
Oh wait, there we go. Go away.
No. Ah!
Classic USORL exchange right there.
And these guys aren't even original members. That's the best part. They fit right in.
Damn, Barnes needs to go in the pit as fast as possible. That lead he had, was about 30 seconds between him and second place, is now down to 22 seconds.
Yeah, his only hope right now is Washington for it to come out. That's the only way he can hold on to this, I think.
I mean, they are trying all around him.
Well, they need to try a little harder, don't they?
That's kind of what I think he's thinking right now. I mean, it doesn't have to be a major wreck. Just somebody spin.
I mean, if you're one of these bubble drivers and you have a teammate out here, do you potentially sacrifice your teammate? Give him a little boot, scoot, and boogie, send him around, bring out a yellow?
Just rattle his cage a bit, you know?
Michael Waltrip, we are not.
I didn't say anybody's arms were itchy. I was talking about a
you just
good
flat out said
old-fashioned
it.
boot, scoot, and boogie.
You flat out just said it. I'm just going to dump my buddy.
So as we're closing into near the end of the race with these 10 laps to go, what are these playoff standings looking like right now?
You know, it would help if I showed that, wouldn't it? There we go. We're waiting for the final pit stops. I was waiting for it to pop up. But there's where we're at right now.
As Cam Barnes goes to the pit lane.
All right, that's going to hand the lead to Blake Trawick. That doesn't affect the standings as he was already in the above the cut line. That just locks him in, but he was pretty well in on points at this point. Get it?
I mean, last time in the pits, he spent 14 seconds in the pits.
Trawick now your leader. He is up by 3.16 seconds over Bronson Stafford, who needs a win. Now, let's see what that gap is.
Yeah.
And Stafford is gaining 1/4 of a second a lap.
Well,
I don't think he's got enough time.
Doesn't have it.
Not right now anyway. We'll see how this cycles through on the next couple of laps here. But you can see he's 2 to 3/10 of a second a lap the last several down here.
Yeah, right now it's catch the leader, and I believe that's 13 laps. We only have 8 to go. That's not good stats right there.
Yep, he's
And
trying.
Top 10 dominating with almost 7 playoff drivers right now. So those points are a premium. Guangdou's gone from the race win to a bubble position right now.
I remember he was out before the race started, but again with Dallas Frew not starting this race tonight, that gifted him a spot.
And Dallas down 4 spots. Dan Ingram's back there in 12th, has not moved an inch this whole race.
There he is with DJ Harris back in 15th.
It just seems like Ingram's struggling with the handle on that one truck tonight. It's not exactly how he wants to drive.
And he's been struggling with the handle on that truck all season long, unfortunately. This is Guangdou, Shane Terrian, Alan Elwood battle 3rd through 5th. Cam Barnes radio traffic.
Loving all F4 just get past. It's crazy.
Apparently he had a issue with something there, it sounded like, in the 77 truck.
I think his issue might have been with another driver.
Yeah. As Cole DeRosa is still in pit lane. Been in there for about the last 2 minutes.
Garrett Sidnor, the last driver to pit at all. He's in 14th. He still had to pit again. And here he comes.
Yeah, we heard he was about half a lap or so short, so he unfortunately did have to make one more stop.
Yep. Gotta love the initiative.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton, and they don't always work out.
That's true.
It's not going to pay off this time.
I mean, he was only in 14th anyway. But I think he's trying to get that lap back and hope for a caution. Just didn't work out.
I mean, like looking at it right now, to me, I feel like Cam Barnes threw away that win. Had he pit like a couple laps earlier, say staying out almost 5 extra laps, he would still be up front right now with the gap he had initially.
He does have the freshest tires on the track, but it's not going to matter where he's at in 12th. Might get a top 10 maybe out of this, but that's about it. As Blake Trawick comes off turn 4, looking at 2 laps to go here at Nashville, he's about to save a bachelorette party.
Look, this whole postseason right now has been a battle between Blake, Bronson, and Shane, night in and night out, every Tuesday.
And they're right there at the top again. And they're all at this point going to advance. Definitely Shane Terrian with his win last week. Blake Trawick basically locked himself in by starting tonight. He was in 2nd in the points. Didn't really have a real bad chance of falling out tonight, but this win is potentially going to just lock him right in. His white flag is up for Blake Trawick.
Yeah. That 0-1 of Matthew Rodriguez doesn't get the win. That was my pick, but he is locked in as well. Currently 3rd on the charts.
Blake Trawick through 3 and 4. Clear track ahead. And Blake Trawick is your winner of the Save Bachelorette Parties 120 at Nashville.
Hey, it looks like your prediction of Cam coming in 10th place was right.
Couple photo finishes back here in 5th through 7th. But there's Blake Trawick. He is your winner here tonight. So unofficially, you see on the right-hand side of your screen, Huang Do gets the last spot on points. Whoa, is Matthew Rodriguez. I think he was coming to give Blake a bump and spun himself out. Oh, it was Dylan Poteet trying to do the same thing. They're trying to congratulate him, but just about
can't park there.
I don't know what they're trying to do here.
Neither do they.
No. Oh, Blake Trawick burns it down. So unofficially, Shane Terrian, Blake Trawick, Dylan Poteet, Matthew Rodriguez, Garrett Sidnor, your top 5 in points, along with Matt Muir, Steven Merzlak, and Huang Do. Moving on to round 2 of the playoffs. Dallas Frew, Bronson Stafford, who had a great run tonight but just couldn't pull it off. Doug DeNice and Darren Ingram drop out.
Yeah, you hate to see their hearts break, but I guess that's racing here in the playoffs, and they at least have the cup race on Thursday to look forward to.
That's exactly right. There's a look at the unofficial results and stats from this one here at Nashville tonight. Poor Nicholas Bedimlik.
Fastest lap.
Yes. Cal, he's still cool of all. Poor Nicholas Bedimlik getting the pole and didn't even get a chance to turn a lap. He needs to get some internet. I need to work on that, getting some Brad's internet.
Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth. He needs to get himself some Brad's internet.
Thought I'd steal that one real fast. All right. Let's see if we can get in touch with our podium finishers here tonight. Guys, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you guys, and we'll get this show on the road.
Cool beans. I'm going to turn it over to Dale to do his thing.
I was waiting for these guys to hit an interview room. Right now we got 3rd place ready to go with Shane Theron. Let's see if he has us right now. Shane, this is the booth. You got a copy, bud?
I got you.
Yeah, I said earlier, late in the broadcast, it seems like the 3 of you between Bronson and Blake have been turning up another notch this postseason. Constantly, night in, night out, you guys are battling for the win. How much of a fight was it once again tonight?
I mean, the only big fight I had was Allen on those 2 tires. My God.
We heard you guys talking back and forth about that. Yeah, it was look like a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, I mean, we're prior teammates, so like we raced each other clean. But I was like, damn, he's on 2 tires. How is this happening right now?
That was kind of a surprise. Yeah, I mean, Blake took 2 at the end. Allen, I guess, took 2. We didn't catch that on the broadcast, but several guys that finished up front got the 2 tires and were able to maintain it. That seems to be a surprise to you on that too.
I mean, I saw it first on the left sides were at 94, but I was like, I don't know. Usually trucks aren't good on 2 tires. Usually. But this is a different, unique track, so it worked. And Blake just snubbed Bronson to the next round.
That's it, yeah. Well, you're going to Talladega next week as part of the playoffs. Nervous or excited?
What are the races after that? I don't care about Dega.
Oh, that was the one I was worried about. You never know. You can put yourself in a hole there. That's the only reason why I mentioned it. And I don't have my schedule up at the moment, so you threw me off guard here. Hang on. Let's see. After that is Vegas. Nope, sorry. Kentucky is after that. And then I think they go to Dover, I think, after that, maybe. I have to look it up again. But definitely Kentucky will be after Talladega.
I mean, if bonus points carry over, I should be fine with Dega. Just got to finish.
That's true. That's all you got to do. Well, congratulations to the P3 tonight. Great battle with Alan Elwood at the end of the race. A lot of fun to watch you do that. And we'll see you on Thursday night at the Cup race.
Thank you, guys.
Shane Terrian, driver of the number 38 Ram, brings it home P3 tonight.
Let's see, we got a copy of Bronson Stafford. Bronson, you up in the booth with us? Got a copy, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
How was the race out there tonight, man?
I mean, we went caution free, so I think the race was pretty good.
And unfortunately, just one spot away from moving on to the next round. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, it is what it is. We did everything we could, led the most laps, had the fastest truck, and just got beat by 2 tires. So, what can you do?
Do you think your truck would have handled just as good on 2 tires, or do you think 4 tires is the way to go for you?
It seemed everyone that took 2 was better on 2, so we would have also been better on 2.
Hindsight's 20/20, unfortunately. But hey,
Yeah.
came home P2 tonight. Now it's just going for wins the rest of the year. How do you feel about Dega next week?
I don't know. I guess I didn't know it was Dega, but since we're out, I guess we get to push a teammate to the win and see what happens from there. If whoever is in front of me on the white flag, I guess, kind of gets it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Just disappointed, obviously. I mean, P2 is good, but in grand scheme of the season, it's disappointing because we need to win and top 4 rating all season and speed, and we're not even out of the first round of the playoffs. So just disappointing, but P2 is good. We can try to end the season strong, and hopefully, we won last week in Cup. We got Phoenix this week in Cup. Maybe just keep some momentum going, and hopefully that goes better.
There you go, positively. Well, congratulations on the P2 tonight. No, it wasn't what you wanted, but great season overall. Just a few hiccups here and there, but we'll see how you do the rest of the season. Congratulations on the P2 tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Bronson Stafford, driver of the number 61 Toyota, brings it home P2. And let's see if we can hear from Victory Lane. Is it rowdy down there in the 56 bunch, Dale?
Oh,
No.
man, it's...
He's laughing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had a win mean so much to me.
I had a feeling this one was going to mean a
Uh,
lot
yeah,
to you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a rough week since losing her. So having her on the truck tonight, winning, and with a bold strategy of seeing if 2 tires was going to work out, and whew,
We saw
I've never
you.
ran so hard in my life.
I tell you what, Blake, we saw you come in the pits and just yard Bronson and Shane coming out of the pit lane, and we were like, what just happened? And then we were like, did he just take 2 tires? Like, we all just were shocked by that. And it seemed like, and I didn't even think about this. We were talking about, I ran a little test session earlier. I never mentioned it to him. My left sides never got out of the 90s. So it seemed like that could have been a good strategy for everybody that not everybody took advantage of.
Yeah, that first pit cycle when we came down, my left sides were 95, and I was thinking in my head, I'm like, if we don't get a gap on the next long run here, I'm just gonna roll the dice with it and see how she handles. It honestly was a lot looser, which I absolutely love loose. So it was perfect in my favor, and I figured roll the dice. I could have probably had a little bit better lead off pit road, but I was scared of the auto fuel really quick, so I added an extra gallon. So I stayed on pit road a little bit longer than I needed to, but in the end, it did not matter, at least.
A bold strategy, Cotton. It worked out for you. Congratulations on the win tonight. I know that little puppy dog on your truck. That's awesome that she made it into victory lane with you tonight. Congratulations, and good luck the rest of the way into the playoffs. Going to Dega next week. Good luck there.
Whew, I need it for there. Thank you.
So does everybody. Blake Trawick.
Yeah.
Driver number 56 Ram brings it home P1 tonight. All right, guys, real quick, take a look at the unofficial point standings after this one again. We'll show you where everybody sits here going into Talladega next week. Shane Terry and Blake Trawick, they were the winners in this round. Dylan Poteet, Matthew Rodriguez, Garrett Sidnor, your top 5 going into Talladega. Obviously, these will get reset slightly with bonus points for wins going into Talladega, so that'll get reset next week. Matt Muir, Steven Merzlak, Huang Do. That is your lock-in spot in 8th place. Dallas Frew misses the cut by 1 point by missing this race tonight. Bronson Stafford misses out by 3 in points.
Ooh.
It was closer than we thought at the end of this, guys.
Yeah.
And there's Doug DeNice and Darren Ingram. Even Doug DeNice was within about 10 spots. And Darren Ingram really wasn't a win or go home situation in 12th. All right, guys. Well, final thoughts from here at Nashville, guys. Dale, we'll start with you. What'd you think?
wonderful racing, caution free. Like, we have a lot of touch and goes moments. You know, of course, commentators curse and not play a factor in tonight's race. But yeah, like, this is the third race in a row we've had both Shane and Blake on the podium, interviewing them. You know, it's going to be a great battle between those two going into the rest of the chase for the championship, and I'm looking forward to see it the rest of the ride, man.
Jamie?
Yeah, like I said early on, I figured we'd have some cautions with the tire wear, and we didn't. We had a good, clean race, although we tried it a few times. We kept it clean, good green flag race. Good win by the 56 on a strategy we didn't see coming from the booth, so that's always fun to see. Data next week's going to be interesting, I think. You said earlier it's not a cutoff. I kind of wish it was. Bring more chaos to the booth, but I think we're still going to see a good race next week.
I got to commend the USORL Truck Series drivers here. This is 2 weeks in a row that we went caution-free. You see the craziness on this league quite a bit, but you got to commend these drivers tonight. They put on a whale of a show 2 weeks in a row and kept it clean both times. Gotta love that. I mean, just great job of driving by everybody. So again, congratulations to Blake Trawick on the win tonight. Next week we will be at Talladega. Let's go ahead and show you the next 2 weeks. We didn't get a chance to show that graphic earlier, but we'll be at Phoenix on Thursday night for the Cup Series as we continue to roll on there with race 3. Next week will be round 2's kickoff at Talladega for the Truck Series next Tuesday night. Las Vegas for the Cup Series next Thursday night, and in 2 weeks, second round at Kentucky for the Truck Series. And pretty soon, guys, starting at the end of August, beginning of September, we're going to be talking IndyCar racing, and somebody's getting back in the car.
Oh, Jamie, you're getting iRacing?
Do I have a sponsor? Is that what I'm hearing? I do own the IndyCar. I just need a sponsor.
Oh, goodness. We'll work on it. Apparently, I'm not paying you enough, but that's okay. But anyway, no, I will be back in the cockpit of the Indy cars starting at Homestead at the end of August. So look out for that, and yeah, definitely look out for that because I haven't driven an Indy car in a while. But looking forward to having some fun with these guys in that series coming up. So, but anyway, for all of us here at Fast 29, for Jamie Zalecki and Dale Barham, I'm Chris Pickett. Hope you guys enjoyed this one tonight from Nashville, and we will see you Thursday night for the Cup Series at Phoenix. Good. God bless you. We'll see you guys later. Couldn't find my...
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.